and welcome to Falcon Weekly. I'm Hannah Bell.
And I'm Kiera Hood. Thanks so much for watching. A 1 in 500 year flooding is causing big problems across the South.
The slow-moving storm has already killed 4, with more heavy rain expected. Scott McLean has more.
They went to sleep dry and woke up to floodwaters so high their house literally doubled as a boathouse.
We're glad you're safe.
Flooding across the southeast has been deadly, killing at least 4, including a driver who ignored a barricade and was swept off the road.
I can almost tell you what roads are open, more so than I can tell you how many roads are closed.
8 inches of rain has fallen in places, 14 in the hardest hit areas. Sandbags are frantically being piled up as the slow-moving storm system crawls across the south, bringing even more rain.
We call this training. Think of trains on a track, just moving in the exact same direction, one after another, right on top of each other. That's what we've been seeing over the past 48 hours.
A state of emergency has been declared across a wide swath of northern Louisiana, with flash flood warnings across the region. Crews are working to rescue people stranded on rooftops, in cars, or even in trees. But the biggest risk? That rainwater could top a levee protecting parts of Shreveport, Louisiana. 3,500 homes have been evacuated in case it does.
The rainfall is going to continue in North Louisiana. We have record flooding in areas.
The state expects flooding to spread east, a soggy and potentially dangerous weekend ahead. In Washington, I'm Scott McLean.
We can expect some scattered thunderstorms to reach our area throughout the weekend.
Republican White House hopefuls will hit the debate stage again tonight in Florida, and the stakes are big heading into another round of key votes next week. As Donald Trump seeks to further cement his path to this nomination, time is running out for some of his rivals. Diane Gallagher is in Miami with the latest.
If you're looking for another spiteful Republican debate, Donald Trump says don't hold your breath.
You're expecting a different tone, but you'll be ready.
I think it's going to be softer, but I'll be ready.
But it remains to be seen just how polite things will actually be in Miami, especially with another round of important votes Tuesday, and among them Marco Rubio's home state of Florida. That's where the senator is pinning all his final hopes for a rally.
I will campaign as long as hard as it takes. We are going to the White House. We are going to win this nomination.
John Kasich has a similar message that his home state will deliver next week.
But I want to tell you, after Ohio, I will compete all across this country, and I'm going to be the Republican nominee.
Meanwhile, Trump's most competitive rival, Ted Cruz, is struggling to see Rubio and Kasich's optimism.
Neither one of them has a path to winning the nomination. They're far too behind in the delegate count. They can't catch up.
Cruz is hoping a fresh endorsement from former rival Carly Fiorina will bring new political firepower.
Ted Cruz is a principled conservative. He absolutely is challenging the status quo, which is why he's made enemies in Washington.
But the frontrunner says if he takes Ohio and Florida, it will be game over for the rest of the field by convention time.
It's like the fighters. That's the ultimate way of doing it. You knock them out. If you knock them out, nothing can happen.
This debate will air at 6:30 Central Time on CNN, which is channel 27 on campus cable.
With so many foods disguised as healthy, it can be difficult to determine what really is good for you.
In today's Health Minute, Mary Maloney shows you some items to look out for.
Despite our best intentions to eat healthy, we sometimes fall short when it comes to making the right selections. But how do you know what to avoid? For starters, skip the frozen dinners. Yes, they're easy and convenient, but they're also filled with preservatives, lots of sodium, and very few vegetables. You may be tempted to order a salad at a fast food restaurant, but think twice. Toppings like croutons, nuts, and dressings can add up the calorie count. When cruising the snack aisle at the grocery store, don't be so quick to grab those veggie chips. The veggies are cut thin and then processed, removing much of the nutritional value. Can't go wrong with fruits, right? Well, when it comes to fruit cocktails, apparently you can. Most are made with a sugary syrup that adds zero nutritional value. A lot of people would consider tea a healthy beverage, but some bottled teas usually contain artificial flavorings. And don't be fooled by some of the fat-free items like yogurt. Many popular brands have as much as 15 grams of sugar in a single serving. Best advice? Always check the nutrition content or ask to see one. For today's Health Minute, I'm Mary Maloney.
Many studies have shown the benefits of including nuts and peanut butter in your diet.
Those who do so are less likely to develop type 2 diabetes and heart disease. Recent study results out of the University of Houston suggest peanuts and peanut butter may hold the key to preventing obesity too. A study followed Latino middle school children who swapped out peanuts for unhealthy snacks. After 12 weeks, the children who ate the nuts had a lower body mass index than those who did not, and they continued to lower their BMI for 12 weeks beyond the study. The study findings are published in the Journal of Applied Research on Children.
The first uterus transplant in the U.S. has failed, with doctors having to remove the donor organ from its recipient. A 26-year-old Texas woman named Lindsay received the uterus during an operation at the Cleveland Clinic last month. But the hospital says Lindsay developed complications, forcing surgeons to remove the womb. It's not clear what those complications are, and the hospital is investigating. Last month's transplant was the first of 10 planned by the Cleveland Clinic. The clinic says it plans to continue with the transplants. The procedure has been successfully performed in Sweden.
Notice anything different about your mac and cheese? Well, it appears no one else did either. We're guessing that's a good thing for Kraft Heinz. The company removed artificial preservatives and dyes from its mac and cheese recipe late last year with the newer, less artificial ones. The company has sold more than 50 million boxes of the new mac and cheese so far. Kraft launched a marketing campaign Monday starring former Daily Show and Late Late Show host Craig Kilborn.
For many students, heading off to college is essentially a lesson in Adulting 101.
And one of the lessons students need to know is the right way to wash their clothes. Mary Maloney gives us tips and tricks to clean your clothes in today's Consumer Watch.
It's one of the basic rules of laundry. The hotter the water, the cleaner the clothes. The reason? Your detergent. Historically, detergents needed the hotter water to be more effective. But Consumer Reports experts say that rule no longer exists. Now there are detergents formulated to work better in the cold water. In fact, Consumer Reports says the cold cycle is more effective at cleaning your clothes and removing stains. If the water hits higher than 75 degrees, the detergents become less effective, and the heat may help stains dig deeper into your clothes. The hot water can also damage some fabrics. Here's when you should use hot water: if you have to sanitize your clothes because of illness, bugs, or if your baby wears reusable diapers. Even then, the hot cycle may not be enough. Use bleach if you need to sanitize, or place those items in boiling water. You can also use your iron to kill germs. So, happy washing on the cold cycle. Consumer Reports says if you use decent detergent and have a machine that's working well, your clothes will get cleaned. For Consumer Watch, I'm Mary Maloney.
Remember, there's always more Falcon Weekly news updates on social media. Just search for Falcon Weekly on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And if you see news happening on campus, be sure to shoot a picture and tag us in it. That's all the time we've got for this Falcon Weekly.
Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you again next week.